fire conditions. Please be careful. Breezy tonight, then winds will die down late, mostly clear and 40. Mostly sunny, lighter winds and 65 on Friday, becoming partly cloudy, but even warmer on Saturday, high 75. That's your forecast from Storm Team 12. I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn.
Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH Wichita, KNSS HD2 Clearwater, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Hey Wichita, it's Jacob Albrock. Stay right there for the latest breaking in sports talk. It's Sports Daily coming up next exclusively on 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
I'm Omar Reese with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Ravens general manager Eric DeCosta, who spoke Wednesday following the team backing out of the trade for Raiders star Max Crosby, said he was, quote, gutted by the failed trade and understands the backlash the organization has received. But Baltimore still landing a top pass rusher, the Ravens signing Trey Hendrickson to a 4-year, $112 million contract. The deal includes $60 million fully guaranteed. Elsewhere, the Colts agreeing to a 2-year, $88 million deal with quarterback Daniel Jones. He'll make $50 million in 2026, which is a $12.2 million increase from what he would have earned on the transition tag next season. Plus, quarterback Kyler Murray has officially been released by the Cardinals after 7 seasons, the team thanking Murray for all the contributions to the organization on social media. And quarterback Kirk Cousins was also officially released by the Falcons with the post-June 1st designation. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
While retinitis pigmentosa takes Mark's vision, his family gives him hope, whether at the family business or at home with his wife and sons. He knows he's not fighting alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Mark, winning the fight means being there for his family. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you can put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH, this is Sports Daily.
Well, hey there. Welcome in, everybody, to Sports Daily. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleveland here. Glad to be with you on this Thursday of the Big 12 tournament. Means we get KU in action later tonight. Means we get our pal Tim Fitzgerald in as well in just a little bit. Looking forward to both of those conversations with you here on the show. 869-1240 is your number to call. You can leave us your video comments on Facebook, on YouTube, on X. Thanks for watching us as well on 12 News Connected and listening on the Odyssey app where you can leave voice messages. We have a big show for you. Get you the update on Team USA as well. Baseball surviving. Largely in part to one Kansas City Royal at least. But we'll get into all of it. It's all What's on Tap, brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company, now featuring the Dub event venue at WBC Delano. Perfect for graduation parties, receptions, rehearsal dinners, meetings, and reunions. Visit wichitabrew.com to begin your booking at the Dub event venue at WBC Delano, where groups gather. Glad to be here with you. TJ, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Age 25 is off to a blistering start. I just spilled half my cup of coffee on my white quarter zip on the way down the stairs. So it's fine. It's fine. I don't think that it was the strongest cup of coffee, so it's not particularly black. So I think we'll be fine there. I did, in fact, though, bring a cupcake down as we are on the sugar hangover phase of my birthday. And I brought a cupcake down because it's our boss's birthday. He's looking slimmer, wouldn't you know?
What I say, our boss's birthday. Oh, Tommy?
Yeah, our boss.
It's
the guy that
Tommy's
signs the
birthday.
checks. Yes,
That's right.
You don't know that? Tommy Coster, I hope you're listening.
Listen.
Give him a pay cut. Send
Now
it my way.
Listen, let me tell you something. I got 4 brothers. I got 12 nieces and nephews. I got 3 of my own kids and a wife. I can't, if I, like right now, the priority for me is to make sure that I know my wife's birthday and my kid's birthday.
I am awful at birthdays. I'm not.
That's about it. Like people will ask me like, oh, when's your brother so-and-so's birthday? And I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know. I know. There might be like a handful of like 5 birthdays that I know. And I was like historically bad at like knowing my in-laws' birthdays. And my wife is a birthday aficionado, like one of those people. Like Max Power is a birthday aficionado. Yes. He can rattle off birthdays off the top of his head like none other. I'm terrible at it. I know it's Tommy's birthday because it's the day after mine.
Well, that makes it a little easier. I think I have. I think I know my. I'm pretty sure my birthday might be like the same as Ron Baker's. I think that's come up, but I don't know. I'm not good at any of that stuff. I have, and I mean this, forgotten about my own birthday before. Like, birthdays are great, but they're for my kids, pretty much. And my wife. My wife is a birthday princess. Like, you better be locked in for the entire month. It's only like 4 weeks to my birthday. I'm like, yeah, it is. Only 4 weeks left to go.
That's right.
Ah, man, birthdays. Well, happy belated to you. Happy birthday to Tommy Castor out there. We'll have to figure out when Max's birthday is and do something.
Should we make our own open? Do you think that between you and I, could we put our heads together and make a Max Power open? Max, your open yesterday landed very well in my family. They thought that was some good stuff. So
yeah,
congrats to you.
It was well done. Like I said, we get KU in action tonight. They'll play TCU. No surprise there as the late games went on. We've got Team USA on. Thanks, Vinny Pasquantino. You kidding me? Vinny, the Pasquatch, I think he was having fun with it after the game too. Said, "You're welcome, USA."
Nope. That's right.
3 home runs. You kidding me? It's unbelievable. There was a concern. Like, if you were going gamesmanship in your team Italy yesterday, do you just like try hard? Because it could keep out, I don't know if Team USA is the favorite. They're going to be one of the favorites. But,
somebody said something along the lines of like, if this was the World Cup, like, that ball is just getting passed around for 89 minutes.
Oh God, yes. Yep, 100%. Like, that is very.
They do, and they would have been 100%. And honestly, like, there's something to be said about it. I think it's harder. It's harder to do that in baseball.
Yeah, something to be said about it.
It's harder to try not to score runs, especially when the guy hits 3 home runs. Right. But it would have taken like some pretty egregious point shaving, I think, and then there'd have been a whole other thing to get to that point. Like, I wonder how much money went in last night on the, I guess the over or the under, either way, whichever way you want to look at it. I imagine there was a pretty hefty handle on the total number of runs scored.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure it went under. But there you go. Team Italy. Team Italy's got a little juice, man. They got a little juice. I don't know how much pitching they can get out of Nola and Lorenzen, who took them through pool play. But the lineup with, a couple Royals, it's good if you're a Royals fan. Good to see them, playing well and doing their thing. Vinny was kind of cold coming into that game, but 3 home runs, my goodness. And Team USA moves on to the elimination rounds, which begin Friday, I believe. And I don't think we know who they'll play yet.
We do.
Oh, we do know who they'll play. Who do they play?
Oh, Canada.
Really?
Yep.
Well, that feels like an advantage. I wonder how you get second in your pool and still get a first-round game against Canada.
Let me see. I just saw.
Well, listen, that'll be a little extra dramatic right now. That'll be good. I like that. I'm okay with that. I'm good with playing Team Canada. Good for Team Canada too, by the way, for getting to this point. I believe for the first time. That's kind of cool. Canada's always had some good players. I was surprised when I was listening to the game last night on the way home. I was surprised to hear that about Team Canada with all the great Canadian baseball players we've had over the years. But yeah.
Yes, they are playing Team Canada on March 13th in Houston at 8 o'clock.
Friday.
I assume
Friday
Eastern time.
in the prime
Friday.
window.
Yeah, it looks like. You know what? I'm gonna throw a stab out here at my flags, and I'm sure I'm gonna mess up here. This is that's Team Korea, right? Team Korea versus the Dominican, and then U.S. versus Canada on Friday. Then on Saturday, that is Puerto Rico versus Italy, which is an awesome game. And then it is Venezuela versus Japan, and then
the juggernauts are through.
Yeah, it's Houston and Miami sites the rest of the way, and the championship's in Miami.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's good stuff. Those are good teams. Those are the teams you want in there.
That is a lot of brain power for me at 7:10 a.m. to try to rattle off flags like that. But I believe I got that.
I got a bracket here. Yeah. So quarterfinals will be Friday. You mentioned semifinals on Sunday, so they do take a day off, and then a Tuesday would be the championship, and these are single elimination now. Let's go.
Awesome. Venezuela, Japan is pretty sweet.
Oh, come on. All of those games. Every game you just mentioned. Korea and the Dominican.
How many royal? I think there's a double-digit royals still in this.
What did Eisenberg? Yeah, what did Eisenberg tell us? The total
there was 14 total. 14, but you look at this, you've got Bobby and Waka on US, Salvi and Michael on Venezuela, Seth Lugo for Puerto Rico, and then Vinny and Cags and not Lorenzen, but Lorenzen and Nicky Lopez. This is the Royals WBC.
Let's go. Vinny saves Team USA. Thanks, Vinny. We'll come back. Let's get you ready for KU. What did we see yesterday in the Big 12 tournament? It's all coming up on Sports Daily.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
83-1001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospitalized from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
I haven't got all day.
869-1240.
Time to get busy.
This is Sports Daily on KFH.
We're going to be talking a lot of March Madness over the next couple of weeks. And this March, the Madness, not just on the court, it's taking over downtown Wichita. Join KFH for Hoops for Heroes at the 9th Floor Club and Venue on March 20th, from midday madness, buffet lunches to evening madness in the Cloud9 Cigar Lounge. It's the ultimate tournament watch party. Enter the Ultimate Bracket Challenge. 100% of bracket proceeds benefit CamVets United, supporting our local heroes. Get tickets and brackets and learn how you can be a member for a day at 9thfloorwichita.com with 97.5 and 1240 KFH. Welcome back in here. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleveland. The Madness of Conference Tournament Week goes last night. Nothing honestly crazy in the Big 12. Iowa State annihilated Arizona State. I guess that was the biggest headline probably, is that I believe that was a record for margin of defeat. BYU continues to look good. We mentioned TCU as who KU will play. UCF was the other winner over Cincinnati. In the American, TJ, I'm not sure that you saw. Memphis is already out. What's that?
It started yesterday. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, so Tulane beat Memphis by 12, beat them pretty good. So we'll see what happens now with Memphis moving forward. And the one that the Shockers care about, FAU beat Temple by 4. So that's the one that's the grouping. So now it's FAU or North Texas or Tulsa is who the Shockers will play on Friday. FAU, North Texas, or Tulsa. And we get tonight ready for the Big 12, and we get KU for the first time. We ready for this? We ready for the madness to begin? I know K-State played, but we didn't really have them with a chance of doing much. KU, TJ, tonight is a 4.5-point favorite. Interestingly, Iowa State's favored by the same margin over Texas Tech, and then, of course, Arizona and Houston are pretty heavy favorites. 5.5 for KU tonight. Tip of the cap probably to TCU, who should be in the tournament. But this will be the right kind of game, I think, to open things up and continue to test KU. We remember what they did against K-State. Let's not forget what they did against Arizona State.
I'm thinking about it this way. Maybe it's a pessimist thing in me. What would the not fallout, but what's the reaction if they lose tonight? Because to me, the only major headline you're going to get out of tonight is if you lose the TCU and then you're going in the tournament. Hold on to your butts.
Yeah, it'll be. I mean, I guess it would be pretty disappointing, but TCU's good. Look, they're 5.
I agree, they're good. I'm just saying, like the whole overarching thing of this Big 12 tournament that we keep saying is that we need to see them play games to make sure that they look good. If they lose to TCU, it's fine. TCU's not that bad, but you go into it, it's just like, oh gosh, now we're gonna have to wait a full week to play, and we don't know what it's gonna look like, and like it would be a major disappointment on that front.
Yes, I agree. From the standpoint of like what we want for KU, I thought you meant from like, would the fans be really mad and upset? Yeah, I want them to play at least 2. I'd love for them to play 3 games, but at least 2. It's just we're still too much in the zone of what happened last week. What can happen with Arizona State, and then what can happen with K-State. Like we need to see what can happen when you beat Arizona and what can happen when you lose to Arizona. Like there is still way too much ceiling and floor. My hope out of this tournament is just, can they play every quarter that they take the floor in this Big 12 tournament? Every half, I should say. Can it be a good defensive performance? Because we know the top end of their defense is lights out, but it's not always there. It's not as consistent as Houston's defense or Arizona's defense. They have lapses. Can they figure out how to, because that's what'll kill them. If they play, and this isn't any different than Wichita State, although KU's a much better defensive team, but to the same point that, like, boy, if the Shockers ever don't win the rebounding battle, that could be trouble for them. If KU ever doesn't defend at a high level, that could be trouble for them. And that shouldn't happen, right? They should be defending at a high level. That's kind of why I like KU, is because you can see them turning every game into a fist fight. And then when you get into a fist fight, it's like, oh yeah, and we have Darren Peterson.
Yeah.
That's why I like KU. But there have been too many times where you're like, what was that defensive half? They gave up 50.
I agree. And TCU, the other thing I think about in this game is, remember the TCU game in Allen Fieldhouse? Like, that was one that you skated by the skin of your teeth. Remember the overtime, everything that happened there. So, yeah, it's just such an interesting Big 12 tournament for them. That line is very interesting because, it's not – and they were really close. We joke about the change of time slot from 11:30 to 8:30 p.m. If they were in the 11:30, they're getting Iowa State after they just won by 50. Would KU have even been favored in that game? That's a question.
Probably not.
I doubt it. I don't think they would.
Probably not. And I would imagine odds makers bake in a little bit of coming in cold to a team that's already played. Yeah, probably not. Texas Tech. Yeah, I mean, if Iowa State's 5.5 over Tech, they're probably still. That might be a pick 'em. It might be a pick. Yeah. Iowa State's going to be the hardest team to talk about and deal with. Iowa State, when they're right, is elite everywhere. Like, they do everything. But I mean, I imagine their fans are a little uneasy too, as they sit there at number 7 and are very capable of doing the same thing Kansas is. Like, Arizona and Houston, I feel like we know what we're going to get with Arizona and Houston. Like, they're steady Eddie. They'll do their thing. Tech has too many injuries, although I still think they're really good. KU and Iowa State, man, if you get their best, they could win it all. Yep. And they could also get beat in the second round of the NCAA tournament. So they're 2 teams to watch. I mean, the thing you have with KU is you have Bill Self there and a long history of, well, maybe not recently, but a history of winning these games and doing these things. And Iowa State has a long history of kind of flaming out a little bit. There are so many tournaments. I've probably lost more bracket money on Iowa State than any team. Because they'll come through that Big 12 tournament and you're like, dude, they look awesome.
Yep.
And then they just get busted in the NCAA tournament. Like, come on, man. Like, come on now. We'll see what happens. It's 11:30. That's the Iowa State Tech game. They're all on ESPN today or ESPN2. Oh, man. This is the day. You couldn't get to Chili's for your birthday tradition on a day like this?
That's right. Yeah, I agree.
Man.
I agree. There's good basketball. Yesterday, by the way, Jacob, inside scoop here. I was playing some simulator golf yesterday, and they had TVs galore in there. So I got to watch the 49-point win for Iowa State, and then I caught a little bit of SMU Louisville. Got to watch our pals Jerron Pierre Jr. and Corey Washington in that game. They lost, but they'll be in the tournament maybe. Anyways. Yeah, I don't know. Late night tonight. I know yesterday, I don't know if you saw this either. The game, what was it? Cincinnati UCF went into overtime. And then
I was watching the World Baseball Classic last
night. That 8:30 game ended up being like a 9:15. And I'm like, I'm gonna throw up tomorrow.
It's gonna be rough. You're gonna throw up. You're not gonna be here in the morning.
That's true.
I gotta stay up and watch the game and be here in the morning.
That's right. You and the Savage tomorrow morning talking KU hoop.
Talking KU hoops, getting ready for Wichita State. NFL. I can't wait to talk NFL free agency with Savage, and we'll talk about that on the other side. All the things that happened with Max Crosby. We got Kyler Murray as a free agent. Like there are some really good NFL storylines that we'll get into, but we'll talk college hoops here. KU, TCU. Okay. We go back for KU, and I honestly, like, we can go back and we can revisit what's happened and what you did against TCU earlier in the year, which you mentioned there briefly. It was the overtime win at home. That's the only time they played them. You played them at home. Do you even take anything away from that right now?
I mean, that was so long ago.
It was January 6th. I don't think you do. I don't think you do.
TCU has won. What is this? 9 of their last 10. They've lost
really
one.
Good.
They've lost one game since February 2nd.
I remember watching the game against KU, and I'm like, okay, this is one of those years where TCU's got something here. TCU's pretty good. Pretty good. Absolutely capable of winning tournament games. Absolutely capable of going to the Sweet 16. They should be safely in. I think Lunardi has 8 teams. You'll have the Big Five, TCU, UCF. Who am I forgetting? Who's the other?
BYU.
Yeah, BYU. Sorry, Big Six. Yeah, should say. No, is that they're part of the 5 there, aren't they?
No, the 5 is the top 5 seeds.
Yeah, there you go. And yeah, okay. Basically, you have the 10 that are there now,
and BYU. Yeah,
are the 8 that are there now. Who's not? That's probably who's going to make it. As far as bracketology. So that's fun about this too. But I don't think you take anything away from the first time that TCU and KU played. In fact, other than like last week or the last 2 weeks, what can you even take away from KU anyway? They finally have Peterson unleashed here.
It literally feels like, and we've been saying this, but like it literally feels like we have. The only thing you can take stock in is like a 1-game season of the K-State game, because that is really the only time that we've seen what it's supposed to look like, I think is a fair way to put it, right?
You're talking about this past game against K-State?
Yes.
I
mean, it's looked good against other things, but like that's the one where like we've been talking since January about like that's the game where everybody plays, and that's where Peterson plays 30 minutes and scores 30 points, and everybody kind of plays well around him and does that kind of thing. Like that to me is what, if they do that against TCU, they're going to win.
I mean, I'm not thrilled that I know that it was senior day and a little weird. I would like, they did give up 52.5, but again,
I mean, okay.
Oddities of senior day.
Offensive wise, we haven't seen it.
Oh, okay. Yes, sure. I'm fine with that. It's Trey White chucking a bunch of threes, Peterson leading the way. Yeah, I think so. I mean, you know,
the defense will be fine.
If Badunga shoots 100% from the floor,
that'd be nice.
I think that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It's funny, Bryson Tiller has become the biggest non-factor on offense, but it's not the worst thing in the world, right? Like the fact that Tiller doesn't do anything offensively anymore is kind of okay, because it's meant that the shots aren't there for him. And that's not the worst thing in the world because it means the shots are there for Peterson. It probably means the shots are there for Trey White. But even Badunga, like, it's interesting. That's the one thing I do want to watch, though, because Trey White is shooting the ball. Peterson is, going to take shots. Okay. Melvin Council's not afraid to shoot the ball. Like, I still would like to see the offense kind of get started at least down low. Like, I don't know that TCU is going to be the best example, and they're not going to play this game. But when I think about KU in the first round against whoever, that's a game where it's like, you know what? They probably start the offense down low there. Whoever they play in the first round, maybe in the first 2 rounds, how are they going to stop Badunga and Tiller?
No.
So, TCU probably can size up, and whoever else they play in the rest of the Big 12 tournament. But all of this is going to be really good for KU. It is. Like, just play a good game tonight. Back to your original question, the more I think, like, if TCU beats them, I'll be disappointed that they didn't play more games. I don't know how much I think it will alter their ultimate trajectory.
It's very much like, and it's very much, spoiled KU talk at this point, but it's like the only major story, and it's been this way for a lot of games this season, except for the big ones or something like that. But like, it feels like going into this game tonight, the only storyline that we will have tomorrow that is like full reaction we could talk about for an hour is if they lose. Like, if they win, unless they win by 50 or look amazing or something like that. But like, this just feels like a game that it's going to be back and forth, and they're going to grind out and pull away and win by, 5 or 6 points in the final couple minutes. And that's what's going to happen. If they lose, though, then we're going to have the discourse of saying, like, is this team good enough to make it to the second weekend? Because what's TCU going to be? An 8?
No, I mean, that's exactly what I was just looking at. So TCU right now on the net is 39. KU's 20. KU probably will be a 4, I would think, unless they win this tournament. So TCU's probably probably an 8 or 9, I guess. They're kind of on that line. By the way, Cincinnati is ahead of UCF. That might have been a playing game for UCF beating Cincinnati. That's interesting.
Yes.
That'll be really interesting.
Cincinnati was politicking pretty hard after the game last night.
Yeah, I don't know if they beat you head to head when it comes down to it. So yeah, you're probably what you'd essentially be looking at here, the rest of the Big 12 tournament are potential like second weekend games, right? Like you're looking at what you'd get after the first round, the rest of the way, at least what you get. Kansas right now, according to Jerry Palm, is a 5. TCU is a 9, so that kind of tracks there. But KU right now in that bracket, it has a second round matchup. Coming up against Vanderbilt or Liberty to get to the Sweet 16. I mean, I'm not taking Vanderbilt over KU.
Vanderbilt was freaking awesome this year, though.
So if they're 5s, if KU's a 5, you got to look at the 5s and the 4s. Basically, you're looking at the 4s would be Tech, Vanderbilt, Virginia, and Gonzaga. Okay. And if KU moves up to a 4 line, you're looking at those teams plus like St. John's, Arkansas, and Louisville.
There's a lot of names in there that
there's a lot of names
in history.
There's a lot of.
I don't think I can handle another KU Gonzaga game from what we saw.
I'm not taking any of those teams. Maybe Gonzaga, but I'm probably not taking any of those teams over KU.
I don't know, man.
If
they're getting Arkansas,
I understand, but man, like, it's going to be hard in the tournament to pick against KU's upside.
It's true, and a lot of people are
because
going to.
What's there. You know who they can be. Again, I don't think their seed line is changing all that much, no matter what happens in this Big 12 tournament. It'd probably be nice if they could get up to a 3. I don't know that they can, but it'd be nice if they could. But it's all about them. Like it is. Last year and the year before, it was not all about them. So it's not even trying to use a cliche. It was all about, boy, can they get lucky and play a bunch of teams that can't shoot threes?
Correct.
That was literally what it was going into the tournament. That's not like this
I agree.
year. It's all about KU. You tell
100%.
me KU plays its best game.
They beat Arizona.
Just about anybody.
Literally, we could just copy and paste that sentence of they beat Arizona without Peterson. Like, imagine what they could do if they could copy and paste that and put in Peterson scoring 30 points.
Well, they got to have Peterson. They do.
I know. But I'm saying the upside here is the fact that they did it without him. They can do it with him.
It's the upside, and it's the. Are you really comfortable picking it? They're kind of like Iowa State. Like, yeah, you could pick the other team, but you're going to be sitting on eggshells the entire way because we know what they're capable of. So what do we want to see? Let's see the floor come into play. Can they just not lay the Arizona State egg here? And I don't. Whatever. We'll get into
floor.
the second.
Typically we make these analogies and we say the glass ceilings. You're talking about the glass floor.
Yeah, don't fall through. It's not sturdy. All right, we'll come back.
It's LED.
Yeah, that's a story. It's becoming a story. We knew it would. We'll come back. Let's talk NFL free agency. Another wild day as it officially opens yesterday. That's next on Sports Daily.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
8310 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on the Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Daily on KFH.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Here to Sports Daily. Glad to be here with you on a Thursday. TJ mentioned hitting the simulator. Crestview's got a couple of simulators on days where the weather turns on us, whether it's a little chilly or windy. You could stay inside. 2 state-of-the-art simulators at Crestview. You got a full bar menu, full bar service, bunch of TVs to watch games. Be a good day to be in there today and watch a little Big 12 basketball. Maybe this weekend, although we're going to get really nice weather. How about Selection Sunday at the simulator with a bucket of beers and a plate of wings?
Too many distractions. I need brackets in front of me on Selection Sunday.
Yeah, Selection Sunday will be a busy day for us. Selection Sunday is usually a pretty quick turnaround for us to react and get ready for. It's busy for you because you've got planning to do.
Make a bracket within 30 minutes, obviously.
You have to make a bracket immediately. We do because you start typically on Sports Sunday where you'll find us this Sunday. You got to be ready to put out your Final Four.
That's right. All right off the bat. It's always it's always the best show of the year because it's always like, all right, we know the bracket. Here's what we put together in 15 minutes for you guys. Hold it against us for the rest of our lives.
And you have to hold to it. We've talked about the bracket. You got it. Like I'm a one bracket. I'm a one bracket that you get to talk about. If you're in a big pool and you need to enter a second bracket for gambling purposes, that's okay. But you only get to talk about one of them. None of the, I had that in one of my brackets.
Yeah.
No.
You have one bracket, one of my bracket. That is
one
correct.
bragging rights bracket, and that's it.
Yes.
Only one. All right, let's talk a little NFL free agency, TJ. We did get the Hendrickson piece of all of this as we were on the air yesterday. So that still is fascinating to me. I'm telling you, I think the Cowboys are moving pieces around to go after Crosby. I think they're playing coy. There have been reports out of Dallas that they're not doing it, and you just scratch your head and you're like, well, why? Why would they be in on Crosby before when he was more expensive and not now? Their team doctor, I've read, was one of the doctors that helped with the physical in Baltimore. So they're very familiar with what the medical situation is. You got to go try to lowball for Max Crosby right now. I mean, you have to if you're Dallas. Really, I think you should if you're any team in football. But, that's out there. A couple of the other ones that really sort of stole the day. The biggest one is Kyler Murray, right? Kyler Murray is he's a really interesting player.
Did something happen? What are you talking about?
Kyler Murray is I think he was officially released, right? Like he's out there.
Oh, okay. I thought somebody picked him up. All right.
No, but the everybody and their dog thinks it's Minnesota. Yeah. So that I don't know what that means for JJ McCarthy. I can't recall I mean, Josh Rosen would be the only one that comes to mind. Like, man, if McCarthy's really done, like he got no time, none, to get out there and prove it, which is stunning to me. But you've got Kyler Murray out there. If I'm Minnesota, I don't blame Minnesota either, because they've had a roster now that people feel really good about that hadn't been able to get it done. You're sitting out there with Jefferson and Addison, a player to the talent of Kyler Murray. It makes way too much sense to take that swing.
So
and see
I
what
guess
you can get out of Kyler.
What happens to JJ McCarthy? Is it just done?
I guess he just sits there. I mean, Kyler gets hurt a lot. Maybe you give him a chance and he'll ride out this rookie contract in Minnesota. And then, I mean, I don't think they'll trade him. I mean, I guess you could, but I don't think they will. Just ride it out and then go try to take the path of Sam Darnold, except you only had like 4 or 5 starts to get there. It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's pretty crazy.
Your boy Indiana Jones is back. That was the right move by them.
Correct.
I think it's the right move by them. When is he going to be back from injury?
I don't know.
It's not at the start of the season, is it?
I don't know.
It's his was an Achilles. He'll have to. I mean, it'll have to be mid-season. But man, they paid more for Alec Pierce than I'd have thought. So they're kind of just sticking with it there in Indianapolis, and I guess it's the right call.
I mean, they feel like we always talk about the Royals last year. Like they feel like that of like we were really good and then we just got so injured.
Yeah.
They were playing with house money a bit. They probably need to improve a little bit. I think they got a little bit of the ball swinging their way, but they had something.
Max Crosby yesterday saying that he basically said, I'm back, and sort of redeclared his allegiance to the Raiders. We'll see. I mean, if that's what happens and you're the Raiders, like I've got to see what happens with these other contracts. The Raiders you don't want to talk about a gut punch for the Raiders. You finally make the move that you didn't want to make, but you needed to make. You get 2 firsts for it. You're ready to turn the page, and then it's back. I mean, I guess the consolation prize of keeping Max Crosby is not that bad because he's awesome, but that is tough. And he could get traded at any point. It's not like he can't get traded mid-season, but it's how awkward is that? How awkward? Hey, sorry we traded you, but welcome back. Yay. We're back here. And by the way, you're pretty much constantly on the block for the entire season because we're probably going to trade you if we get a good enough offer.
Speaking of the Raiders, I didn't see this one. Kirk Cousins is released. Apparently, the Raiders are a favorite to land him.
I saw that.
Your bridge to Fernando. If you have the first pick, don't you think you're going to start him?
I would, if I'm the Raiders, I would love to be able to sit Mendoza half the season, 6 games minimum.
Why?
Because why just throw him out there to the Wolves?
How
often does that work out?
They're not going to be good, though.
Exactly. They're not going to be
just let him play. Who cares?
No, don't, because you don't let him get crushed. Go look, like there is, and look, it works both ways. Like guys have had success in both worlds. How'd that work out for Cam Ward last year? It looked awful to start the year. How'd it work out for Bryce Young?
Who was the starter in New England whenever Drake May got there?
I don't remember.
Was it Jacoby Brissett?
Maybe. I mean, Brissett's been helping young quarterbacks for a lifetime.
There was,
if you can take the Patrick Mahomes path, and I get it, their situation was a little different because they were really good and they had Alex Smith. But if you can let Kirk Cousins start half the year and let Mendoza just chill, I mean, the Raiders, and I know they've spent money on the offensive line, and we'll see what they do in the draft, but they had one of the worst lines in football last year. Their line was so bad, Ashton Genty couldn't do anything. And so, like, you're really going to throw the rookie quarterback in there to just get annihilated? No, how about you throw the old man Cousins in there to navigate? I'd love to have Mendoza sit in the room with Cousins. The other thing is, if Cousins goes to the Raiders, there's no surprise. He knows exactly what his role is. Right? Like, yeah, he's going to compete for a starting job and try to do all that. but he's going to compete for a starting job to try to get his next job. And at the same time, you're there to teach Fernando Mendoza. You know that. That's never been more clear. They took him number 1 overall. Like, come in and sit with this kid. I think it's really smart. And I think for Cousins, are there better opportunities? Like, yeah, he could probably go to Pittsburgh. But if those opportunities don't come up, because who knows if they will or they won't. Like, he could have gone to the Jets, who just added Geno Smith, right? Like, he could have gone to one of those places. They didn't take him, though. So if the best available option is the Raiders, okay. I mean, if you're the Jets and Kirk Cousins out there, why are you taking Geno Smith? And Geno looked bad last year, but he's looked good before that. So maybe that's what you're betting on. But if you're the Steelers, why aren't you calling Kirk Cousins? Who knows what's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers? Is it a little odd that Aaron Rodgers isn't stealing the headlines? I mean, we are 2 days into free agency now.
I was just about to ask that question. Like, we just made the biggest to-do in the world about Travis Kelce's deadline of the league year. We're here, and we don't have an Aaron Rodgers decision either. So I imagine people in Pittsburgh are saying the same thing that we are here in Kansas.
Did we finally hit Aaron Rodgers fatigue after 3 years?
Maybe.
Boy,
but
be nice.
They don't have a quarterback. Like, who they need to know.
You know
like,
who would hate it? You know who would hate it if we hit Aaron Rodgers fatigue after 3 years? Aaron Rodgers.
Probably.
How's he going to get these headlines back? What's he going to do to steal the spotlight?
I'll find a way.
I'm making fun. He does seem to do that. He's got enough gas left in the tank to give it a whirl.
I think he's going to come back, but I'm shocked we haven't heard that yet.
If you're Minnesota,
at least rumblings.
If you're Minnesota, would you rather have Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins, or Kyler Murray?
If I'm Minnesota?
If you're Minnesota.
Give me the question again.
Kirk Cousins.
Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins.
Aaron Rodgers or Kyler Murray?
Probably Kyler Murray or Kirk. But Minnesota doesn't want Kirk Cousins.
Kirk's played with those dudes.
I know. The players love Kirk Cousins. I don't think Minnesota wants him back. Could you say
sorry enough to get him to come back?
They probably could. I think Kirk Cousins likes Minnesota, but I don't think that the front office wants to do that because then it looks like there's the pie in your face.
They fired the GM.
True.
That got
So
rid of him.
maybe.
I think, yeah, I don't know, man. Minnesota's interesting because they got Jefferson sitting there, and they got Hawkinson, and they got, Addison. They got all these weapons. Minnesota going to trade up to take Jeremiah Love? Are they the big, or is he just destined to be a Commander? Are the Commanders going to be the luckiest team ever to get Love?
Commanders? What pick is the Commander?
Like 7? Because I say lucky. They're the first ones that would, but now that the Saints and the Chiefs aren't moving ahead of you. I think Washington, it's a good fit, boy. It's a good fit. The Love and Jaden Daniels. That's where you start with those receivers. That's an offense I can get behind. Is Cliff Kingsbury still there?
No, because he was almost the Chiefs offensive. Everybody thought he was going to be the Chiefs offensive coordinator.
Assistant head coach for the Los Angeles Rams.
Yes,
he's with the Rams now. Okay, all right. Free agency. We're only one day in.
Are the Chiefs done big moves? They don't have any money left.
Big moves. I think so. Unless you, yeah, I think so. I mean, again, I'm telling
honestly,
you, I'd still make the call on Max Crosby.
Yeah, we'll see. But I'm sure they did.
I think they're done.
The rest of this offseason is going to be the draft. Outside of random people.
It would be nice probably to add another depth corner. Fulton and Noel Williams, like, are we really rolling out with that? They'll take some corners somewhere. I'm not convinced they're taking one at 9, maybe 29, but I don't think they're taking one at 9.
I think it'll be defensive lineman, cornerback, wide receiver in that order.
I think it'll be trade up for defensive lineman, trade up for Carnell Tate. And I'm kind of coming back. I think they may take an offensive lineman. We're going to have Josh Briscoe in next week. I can't wait to talk to him about all this. I don't know what they're going to do. I like trading up for one of the elite edge rushers. That's my official stance now that we know what running back's going to be. Trade up to go get Reese or Bailey. Do it. Yeah, I mean, I guess it could be Bain. Dane feels like a Chiefs pick that would flame out, though, to me. Just maybe. All right, we'll come back. We got more Sports Daily. Don't go away.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
31001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospitalized from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH. This is Sports Daily.
All right, welcome back in, everybody, to Sports Daily. Glad to be here with you. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleveland. It is a Thursday. Tim Fitzgerald coming up in just a little bit will join us to talk about the K-State head coaching search now for the basketball program. What is Fitz think is happening here? We'll get the latest from GoPowerCat.com and their reporting. That's coming up this hour. We'll continue to take you through some of the happenings around the sports world. Thanks for being here with us, by the way. Over the air on KFH, 869-1240. You can call the number. You can comment through our video streams on Facebook, on YouTube, on X. We can take you there as well. We can also take your voice messages on the Odyssey app, And it's all brought to you by What's on Tap, brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company, your headquarters for the Delano Street St. Patrick's Day Parade. That is Saturday. Catch the parade from the rooftop or on the main floor through the open garage door. Hundreds of seats, drink specials, conference tournaments on the TVs, including 2 100-inch screens. WBC Delano, your St. Patty Day Parade headquarters. Pizza and Irish cheer made here. I might head down there with the family. I'm solo. I've got the kids. Wife's not in town this weekend. Maybe I'll head down to the St. Pat. I thought about going to check out a little state basketball, Coke Arena, tomorrow. Maybe the girls let them watch some of the girls' action tomorrow. We'll see what happens. It's a busy day. We'll probably end up at Chuck E. Cheese if I had to guess. They'll talk me into that. We got to go do all the things my wife doesn't ever want to do. So we'll probably hit Chuck E. Cheese. We'll probably hit the Mongolian Grill. All that. So they've got like a list of like things that we like that mom doesn't let us do. Dad's in charge. Let's go do all of those things. So that's we'll see. But I'm in charge here for the next couple of days. All right, TJ. It was we're watching Italy Mexico World Baseball Classic last night. Locked into that and just about nothing else. Let's find out what we missed.
All right, Sports Daily fans, let's take you to the sports headlines Jacob probably didn't see.
All right, I don't have a ton, but let's get into it. Let's start with the American Conference, Jacob. Brian Hodgson, pop quiz. Who does he coach for?
Hodgson is Temple?
South Florida. Coach, they won the league. Anyways, he was on Field of 68 with Jeff Goodman, their podcast, and started talking about how basically the American is the most poached league, like Paul Mills talks about. He said, quote, it basically was saying that like it's getting out of hand of the people that are already recruiting his players. And he said, quote, if any of these clowns that think they're going to reach out before the season and start sending DMs, I will find you. I'm not like the rest of these coaches. We will have a face-to-face conversation. It may work with other people, but it doesn't work with me. I will find you.
So I didn't know his name. I know exactly who he is. He's the Zangief lookalike. Did you ever play Street Fighter?
Oh, yes. I know you're talking
He is the Russian.
We've talked about this.
Yes, yeah. He looks exactly like Zangief. So I want everybody to know he'll find you, and you don't want him to find you. Just go take a look. I want you to look him up, Brian Hodgson, or as I looked it up at the time, because clearly I don't know his name, the USF coach, and then go look up Zangief from the Street Fighter game. And they are twins.
Zangief?
What?
Zangief?
Z-A-N-G, I think I-E-F. The people my age will know exactly who that is. It's a great game when we were kids. They probably still make them. Zangief's in like red underwear. Huge Russian guy. They're twins. They look exactly the same.
Yeah,
so
there's something to be said there.
Yeah, I wouldn't want him finding me. He's a big fella.
He is a big dude. All right, so anyways, that's not the main headline. The other headline, in part, Grant Leonard, head coach at Queen's University of Charlotte, responds back to this and says, we had an SEC assistant coach buy a courtside seat to one of our conference tournament games to get ahead of recruiting on my kids.
That one I saw. I saw
That's
that one.
Wild.
I didn't. Was he responding to Hodgson?
Yes, that's what brought up.
Hodgson was part of that. I saw that. I saw the Queens coach responding. Why are we still like? They bought a seat to sit courtside to watch a player they might recruit.
Yes.
So what?
I don't know. That feels.
I mean, are they like tapping him on the shoulder during the game to show him, show him the co-eds? Like, what are we like? What are we?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it's a big deal if they made contact with the player, I guess, and then they're there probably. But I guess
they made contact, right? They're just there to watch.
I mean,
it goes back to what Bill Self said earlier this week. We probably need to spend more time with Bill Self's press conference. I listened to the whole thing yesterday. It was pretty interesting, but it shouldn't surprise anybody, which is what Bill Self said, that these agents are having conversations with other teams. Like that happens all the time. Nobody should be surprised by that. Some of the stuff you hear about, the Dabo Sweeney presser, the direct contact from coaches, yes, I would be pissed too if I was coach of that player and we're playing games and that's happening.
And that's during.
But an assistant coach there to watch. Meh.
Anyways, let's keep going. Let's go next to the American Conference. Let's stay here. From Hitman Hoops is a Memphis basketball analyst. They break some news on Memphis things, I believe. If there's any Memphis people out there, don't quote me if I'm not quoting reputable here. They said the expectation is that Penny Hardaway will return as head coach next season for his 9th year. Additionally, Hardaway is expected to clean slate of his assistant staff before the start of portal season. Several candidates have already been contacted. In regards to Penny's future, the source cites that the administration of Memphis was concerned about the politics and financials of firing Penny Hardaway.
I mean, he's Mr. Memphis. That'd be tough. That'd be
$6 million buyout.
Well, there's that, but there is no guarantee right now that Memphis doesn't deal with the same challenges Wichita State does if Penny's not there. People can say whatever they want about Penny, and I don't, and he does struggle in the actual coaching of basketball. But if you can walk into the room knowing he can get the kind of recruits that he gets, that's a tough thing to walk away from. I just like they're an outlier right now in a league that to the prior conversations of Zangief get poached all the time. That doesn't happen as much at Memphis because Penny's there. And you can't get more Memphis than Penny Hardaway.
No.
So I get it. I wouldn't fire him yet either, for the record. I'd give him another year for sure. Now, if he doesn't bring in a good recruiting class and they're bad again next year, then I'd probably go ahead and make the change. But I wouldn't this year. I think they're making the right decision.
Yeah. Kyler Murray, callback earlier in the show. Reddit College Football, one of our favorite accounts here on Sports Daily. They put out, this is a headline. This is just funny. Kyler Murray sat out in 2016 due to NCAA transfer rules at the time, as I believe, was it Texas Tech, right? And then Texas Tech to OU, I believe. Sat out in 2016 due to NCAA transfer rules at the time, and so he only played 3 seasons. Would be a day one starter at almost any Power 4 school with 1 year eligibility. He'd need a good lawyer to sort out some minor issues. This is obviously satire.
Yeah, okay.
But they've given out cases to things with less legs than that.
Could you imagine? He'd do it just so he could go play video games, so sit in a dorm room and play video games all day.
How old is Kyler Murray now? He's like 28?
You gotta be.
Yeah.
Man, I'm fascinated. If he ends up in Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell, I am fascinated by that potential and the potential that's all the time JJ McCarthy is given. That would be wild. If they do that and I'm Pittsburgh or I'm calling and saying, hey, I'll give you a 4th. Give me JJ McCarthy. Let's see what we got. That's crazy to me. Crazy.
All right. Last but not least, the headline of all headlines that broke yesterday. I believe I'm saying this first name right. I apologize if I'm not. Antonia Brown commits to KU track and field. Why is that relevant to you, Jacob? Antonia Brown is the daughter of Antonio Brown.
I was just going to say it's got to be I imagine it's Antonia, I
It's
haven't
an
seen.
A. Maybe Antonia is the only other way.
Okay, because Antonio.
I think it's Antania. I don't know.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, I bet she's fast.
I bet so.
I don't know that I've ever seen a quicker football player than Antonio Brown was. We talk about what's it, the shuttle, like shuttle time.
Yeah.
All right, headlines I missed. Good stuff there. We're coming back. We got more Sports Daily. Tim Fitzgerald later this hour. Don't go away.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
83101 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospitalized from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Sports Daily is on KFH.
Jacob. I've got a sidebar conversation to have that I meant to have during the last segment. World Baseball Classic. Can I go there briefly?
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of discourse going on today about Team Italy because, obviously, well, don't make a face at me. Listen to me. About, not discourse. Maybe that's not the right word.
This feels like one of those social media things that's going to make me mad.
I mean, it's not. It's just people like reacting. But it's Team Italy is probably the most of all of the WBC teams. There's one player on Team Italy that was actually born in Italy, but the rules of the WBC is that you just have to your parents could have been born there, or your grandparents could have been born there, or you just play professionally there. It's not Olympics. You don't have to be a citizen like in the Olympics, basically, right? Like in the Olympics, you have to be a citizen or you have to be born in the country. But I guess that would make you a citizen, obviously. That was stupid second point. But it's not the case in the World Baseball. It's not Olympic rules.
Right.
And so people that probably aren't baseball fans are, saying along the lines of this is why the WBC is silly. This is not the Olympics. There's a conversation because Bryce Harper made a point at a press conference about the WBC is really fun, but this is not going to compare anything to the Olympics if we could play in the Olympics in a couple of years. Which one, I don't know if it's going to happen or not. But two,
he's right, I guess.
Sorry.
Why does it have to be?
I agree. It's separate entities here. I think that this is supposed to be the best tournament that it can be and make it as close and replicating of the Olympics as it can be, because if you're going to play by Olympic standards here, you'd have 3 teams basically. Three legit teams that would be good.
Yeah, I always wonder what it would feel like to be Vinny Pasquantino driving the nail into Team USA. That might feel a little weird.
Vinny's talked about before the tournament as well. I remember him saying well, yeah, I'd play for Team USA, but I'm not good enough to play for Team USA, so I'm going to go play for Team Italy. But go up and down the roster of Team Italy. There's literally one guy that was, but I believe that guy was the first ever Italian-born player to play in the bigs. So it's I think that it's always been that way for Team Italy. Anyways, it's just interesting that it's not the Olympics rules, but I also don't think that it needs to be, because I think that that's the part that to me is that if this is an Olympic sport in 2028, which I think it is, if MLB players can play in it more specifically, if you make it play by Olympic rules, then Team Italy's not going to have a team. There's a lot of teams that aren't going to have a team.
They'll have a team, but they'll get annihilated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think people are overthinking what. Here's the reality. Team Italy is a great story because nobody envisioned Team Italy doing anything.
Exactly. But this is my thought process.
They're an outlier.
This is my devil's advocate to this argument. Is if let's say you live in Italy, if you're Italian, do you like that a bunch of dudes from Staten Island are playing for your team, or would you rather have a team of Italians?
Sure. We don't get it the other direction because we have, feels like everybody's best, right? That's what America should be all about. So it doesn't really go the other direction. It's not like you're watching Team Italy and you're like, oh, there's a kid born in Kansas that's now living in Italy that's playing for team. Okay, that's still kind of cool, but Italy's an outlier. Okay, it doesn't normally happen like this. Normally, it happens like all the other teams that are in the elimination rounds. You don't have this is a one team. This has happened for one team. Yeah. That's it. The Venezuelan team is a bunch of Venezuelans. The Puerto Rican team is a bunch of Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Again, can we not just have nice things? Can we not just have fun with Vinny Pasquantino and Jack Caglione slamming espresso shots and screaming, "Where's the wine?" and having a little fun at their heritage. If there was a Team Germany, would I be on Team Germany? I guess. Yeah, it's just fun. Come on, people need to go.
I also don't know. Is there explicit rules about how much heritage you have to have? I think there is, right? There has to be.
I haven't thought about it. I haven't thought about it for 2 seconds. His last name's Pasquantino.
Exactly.
Sure.
I mean, no, but like Vinny, like I'm pretty sure I saw this online. I don't know if there's any truth to this at all. I thought I saw something where it's like either you were born there, your parents were born there, or your grandparents were born there, and or you play baseball over there, basically.
Yeah, grandparents being born there. I mean, that's okay.
That's not by any stretch of the imagination Olympic standards.
I think it should be great
for the WBC.
I think it should be great grandparents.
That's that's my sidebar here, is that my great grandpa was born in Italy. So where would I fall if I was a pro baseball player?
Because now you're getting to the point where Vinny Pasquantino's grandparents are probably the same age as my parents or close to it. There's not a good chance they immigrated over at that point. You'd have to go one generation before that to when we really had an immigration boom like that. I don't know. I think people just want something to complain about. Italy's an outlier. Every other country, all the players are appropriately, like let's just.
I also think that people say. I also think that people saying that, like, this is why I don't care to watch the WBC. Like,
okay, you're not watching the WBC.
Listen, people, it's baseball. Like,
the people that say that aren't actually watching the WBC.
Exactly.
They're
not.
So who cares what they think, right? Yeah. Everybody that is watching it has thoroughly enjoyed Team Italy. Literally everybody that's actually watching the event has watched Italy, and it has brought joy to their life. Everybody else is a hater.
Story. It's a cool story for, like, the main part of it is the fact that, like, I said this yesterday, is that you could make the argument that it's an even better story because they're all American-born players that aren't good enough to play for Team USA.
It's a great story no matter what it is because they're having fun with it. And again, if you're getting on social media complaining about the heritage qualifications of Team Italy at the World Baseball Classic, I just don't generally care what you think about anything.
We need to get more into
Nancy.
We need to get more into geopolitics.
Just complain and whine and bitch and moan about everything. Enjoy it or don't watch it.
Is geopolitics, is that the right word to use? I don't know what geopolitics
is a hot topic right now. Team Iran's not going to play in the World Cup. There are legitimate geopolitical sports conversions that we can be talking about. The heritage of an exhibition baseball tournament played during spring training just is not going to be one of those for me.
That's where I was going with that. Thank you for making that segue.
God, I can't. Again, this is why headlines I missed existed, I think, because of that I make zero time.
It's a pretty good joke though as well for everybody to be like, it's like, I think Team Italy is just a bunch of people that have just some Italian grandmas that make some good spaghetti and meatballs,
and that's flipping fantastic if that's the case. Like, that's awesome. That they won and allowed Team USA to advance makes me like them even more. Is the appropriate second team we must root for now Team Italy?
Oh, 100%, especially here.
Well, yeah, because of the Royals, but because they saved our tails.
Oh yeah. I'm a jersey freak. I don't know if you know. I love collecting jerseys. I may need to get a Cags jersey.
You'd get a Cags over Vinny?
I love Cags, but I don't know. I love both those guys so much. I don't know.
It's the amount of egg on face of Mark DeRosa for not knowing the rules and like you want to talk about a bailout? And DeRosa, that's Italian.
Another headline you might have missed. The Athletic reported yesterday that Hosmer, we said he's joining Royals TV. He's also joining MLB Network as a studio analyst. Part-time throughout the season as well. And somebody said, why? Is there a job that opened up on MLB Network?
To their credit, I was listening. I had to listen to that game on the way home last night, and it was some of the MLB Network, radio crew, and they're awesome. I love that station. They were letting DeRosa, who's a coworker, have it. Like, they were not pulling any punches. Like, that was almost horrible. Like, you stupid stuff. And they did blame him, and then they also blamed and also Team USA officials. Like, you got to make sure everybody knows the situation.
A dugout full of guys. Somebody has to know.
You got to say, hey, here's the deal. Especially when that morning you went on and was like, yeah, we're in. No, you're not. Like, hold on. and then you got to play with probably a pretty rough hangover and all those things. All right, a couple viewer comments here. You can always chime in, by the way. Anthony, a little shout out there to us, says, TJ, you're sounding great. Good content. Likes our conversation there. We always appreciate the A-Train, the big man. Anthony, good to hear from you.
And though Anthony's
Rick goes back to our conversation about Zangief and the coaches getting mad about the stuff. He says that in pro sports it's tampering and that college is pros now. It depends on which one you're talking about. If you're talking about the assistant coach just buying a ticket and watching a player, that's not tampering. But yes, having contact with the players, 100% tampering, and it's against the rules. Like, you can't do that right now in the NCAA. Like, you cannot make contact with another team's players like that. It happens, of course, but you're not supposed to do it.
I don't know. That courtside thing is so interesting to me. It feels like it's dirty.
Spectator. Of course it's, I'm not saying it's not dirty. Just saying, like, so what? If he's not talking to the player.
Are we going to me, you know,
you're scouting at that point.
We always talk about ethics. You know, what's the ethics argument where if everybody did it, it wouldn't be okay? What if every coach that wanted to recruit somebody
trying?
What if this is the slippery slope whenever it turns into we're going to have the entire Big 12?
It is until, and I was out of town for the big summit with the president and all the college people. Like, it is a slippery slope, but you know, the end gets pretty simple once they can finally set up the initial guardrails of how this goes. Then all this gets way easier. You just find people out the teeth that they can't afford, and if a coach does it, they'll get fired. Like, if you set the fines so high,
I agree.
Then coaches won't do it because they'll lose their jobs. All right, Austin says, if we get back to the Shockers, and now's as good time as any. Austin, another great listener. Do we think Paul Mills has earned his spot as head coach after this season? Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%. There's no question. He was going to be in good shape probably no matter what the situation was. I would probably push back on the success of the first 2 years, as far as what the universe. But this year, I think he has done a remarkable job, and I think that you can see it now. Like, you can see, and credit to Kevin Saul for the hire, credit to Paul Mills and everybody and the coaching staff for being patient with all of this. You can see now, though, where this momentum's headed. And I think I just, like, you could have put him as coach of the year for me in the league. I think they've done a really, really, really good job.
Yeah. I mean, it's a completely new team. Like that's the part.
Completely new
that's
team.
The part that nobody of all the people that are starting to talk about the Shockers that people don't mention enough is that literally none of these guys are on campus this time last year, except for TJ Williams, who couldn't run.
Yep. And you have to think about all of it in the big picture. Like, you have to think about the structure of the roster, the development of some young players that could be here a while. Now they've got to follow that up, and that's less on Mills to keep them as it is on administration probably. But to be able to go find players that have more than 1 year of eligibility, I think that's important. To have a staff made up of people that can bring in a top 10 player on campus a couple times, like all of it. When you take all of it, put it together, and now you can begin to see like the actual coaching style take hold with a team.
It feels like it has been, a little bit of old school, new school. People talk about Colin Klein, old school, new school.
Yeah.
This feels like it's a little bit of like they did a thing for a couple of years with the experience that they had and all like the 9 seniors they had and everything like that. And it didn't, it didn't work as well as they probably wanted it to, but it's still like they grew throughout it and things like that. And then it felt like better. This year, it feels like this year there's a blueprint that was born. And now you can go recruit in the portal and say, okay, we need a new Kenyon Giles. We need a new Karan Boyd. Let's go get them. And then we'll just try this again like that. Well, and you can kind of plug and play and do it that way now.
I would have to go back and look at Oral Roberts, and we could ask Paul Mills this next week.
That's my point is that
it won't be the time for it, but at some point we can ask, like, yeah, I'll bet you money. And I know at least one of those Oral Roberts teams, it was a good big and a good shooter put together. And it's got to be the same sort of philosophy, right? Win the boards and let it fly. And I think that there is a substance as far as like, here's the way we would like to play basketball. And he says it, but he says a lot of things. I don't want to say, he has a lot of like coaching phrases, but the good when the ball's in the air and the good when the ball's, those kinds of things. Like, he's always wanted them to be a great rebounding team that doesn't turn the ball over. If he can start his teams there, it fits what he wants to do. It's exactly what they have this year. They have a great rebounding team that doesn't turn the ball over. And so, yeah, they have Giles who can let it rip, but I think that's a nice addition. But I think at the end of the day, the things that they're going to foundationally build on, and again, it goes back to the same place. If they can capture it and then have the resources to retain and recruit, like, then you should see the forward momentum of sustainability. And I hope that's where we are right now.
It feels like the point we're making here is that it's still possible to build in portal era. You might not have the same guys, but you can still build among momentum and things of that nature. Yada, yada, yada. Back to the original question here. I think that it's interesting of like, this season could have gone one of two ways. Yep. And I think like you think back to the Charlotte loss and then the Rice loss back to back, like you blow an 18-point lead and then you lose to one of the worst teams in the league in Rice that didn't make the conference tournament, by the way. Like, at that point, like, if it would have derailed and you would have just kept losing and ended up being a bottom blank team in the league, then I think that on March 12th, we'd be having a much different conversation of like, this is the worst that the American has been in a long time. Like, you have to be in the top four. Like, and the fact that they adjusted, the fact that they adjusted, like, that's the warmest that it's ever been in his tenure after that back-to-back, honestly. And I think that, like, I remember we got on the radio the next day, and I mean, we were both just like, "This sucks." Like, how do you lose that game? And then the fact that they can make an adjustment mid-season and change the trajectory of the entire year, like that to me is just like, okay, hats off, like everything's fine, it's okay.
I'm telling you, that's hard to do with him getting Coach of the Year because of that. That's a part of it. I think it's funny because like our job here is to just kind of like react to what's happening right now, right? I think college athletic administrators are, they do well for themselves. They make good money and all those things because they have to have a level of patience that most people don't have, that fans certainly don't have, that media isn't really allowed to have because we're reacting to what's happening in front of us. Our job is to, bridge that gap a little bit. But it does take patience. And Anthony asks, how do you retain those players that can return? That's the next job. I mean, the next job is to go win 2 games this weekend. But when we get to that point, that's the job now of everybody else besides Paul Mills to make sure that the resources are there to go and be able to do that. That's it, right? Like, it's like the level of patience it takes in a very impatient industry is tough. It's tough to do. So yeah, like that seat has to be hot, but man, they have delivered. This has been such a fun, it's been the most fun Shocker team.
So this is an interesting conversation talking about earlier
probably
in the show.
2017.
No.
So because the 2018 team got a little weird at the end and then everything. And then it was all the transfers and everything else.
So name drops that I had earlier in the show of, Corey Washington more specifically. Like, you think about Corey Washington and Quincy, like those guys would have been awesome, everything like that. They left and, they had probably money in front of them that was impossible to turn down, basically. This year, I want to think about it like this. Who would be a player that would be in jeopardy of that? It would just be Kenyon Giles, I think, if he had eligibility.
Yeah,
you think
it would be, but I mean, again, like the opportunity at Wichita State is tremendous. I mean, money talks at some point. And we don't know the answer.
And he would have gotten paid afterward. That's my point here. Is it like he's in the echelon of like maybe he was too good, it'd be hard to keep him, but like everybody else, like they are just good because of the way they play together.
And now Wichita State's next evolution, whenever the basketball's done this year, is how do you not lose players like that? Right? That's got to be.
That's the next step. That's what Kevin Saul talked about yesterday. That's the hardest part of college basketball.
How do you keep Kansas away, right? Like how can, because I think at the peak, Wichita State should be able to do that. All right, we'll come back.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. All right. Tim Fitzgerald's next.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
31001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospitalized from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
to get back to the sports talk.
All right, let's do this thing. Go!
Sports Daily is on KFH. And now, digging deeper with the teams you follow, it's another Sports Daily Insider interview on KFH.
All right. Welcome back. It is Sports Daily. Thanks to Prairie Fire Coffee for keeping us fueled up this morning. We have Tim Fitzgerald, gopowercat.com, at Life of Fitz on X. Fitz is messaging. Fitz is angry. Fitz is probably mad that Team Italy's got players that weren't born in Italy. Fitz, what is, what would wake up on the wrong side of the pillow this morning? Fitz, you're in a mood today. What's going on?
I know. I want the basketball coaching search done. And until then, I'm going to be an angry human being. Plus, I would play for Team Italy. I really like lasagna a lot. I think that's all it took. That was the only qualification.
That
Team
might have
Ireland. Team Ireland.
Yeah, I was going to say. Fitz would have to make a tough decision between lasagna and beer of which team he would play for there. We'll see.
Bangers and mash.
Yeah, there you go. Fitz?
Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Who's the coach, Fitz? Who is it? Who's it going to be?
It's going to be Colin Klein. He's going to coach both.
That's a good answer.
Which brings me to this. One of my favorite recruiting stories. K-State was recruiting a tight end receiver out of Colorado under Ron Prince. And one of my recruiting guys, I believe it was Ryan Wallace, was talking to him and asked him about his basketball offer to UNC. He had a basketball offer to UNC. Turned out it was University of Northern Colorado. It wasn't quite as impressive as North Carolina.
Is that Colin Klein? Is that your story?
Yeah, it was Colin Klein.
I was going to say, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. All right, Fitz. Is it going to happen this week? Is it going to happen where we know about it this week? As maybe a better question.
That's a good way to put it. I think we'll know someone is. I don't know how this is going to work out.
Because if it's a guy that's in the tournament, like we're not going to know, will we?
I keep getting told we will, and
History
it doesn't
says we
matter.
will. I mean, we've known that. The last couple of years, there have been guys hired that are in their sort of swan songs in the tournament.
But
yeah, didn't it?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't remember that.
I know there was a small school guy last year. Oh, I don't even know how to look this up.
I mean, I guess Will Wade did it last year.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I mean, it's funny how it's common in football to hire a coach before their postseason, but not in basketball. I guess it's entirely possible we see that with Kansas State's job. I know this. They want to get this sewn up. They want to have the plan in place, and they want to take advantage of being the first to the market, so to speak, that they've had weeks of due diligence and understanding who they want, who's the best fit. They've done a really thorough job, it sounds like, of evaluating a wide open landscape of coaches. There just aren't names that, everyone knows around the nation that is ready to move up. That I think the whole portal situation's changed the life of, mid-majors to the point where we're not going to have many, if any at all, true Cinderella stories. So it's been an interesting search, I think. And I'll say this, no matter who they hire, I don't think fans are going to jump up and down. It's just that kind of marketplace this year where it's not that there isn't good coaches. There isn't good coaches with kind of popular names out there right now.
Yeah, I mean, I get, the small school coach that everybody's been waiting for, I guess, but like outside of Underwood, who would have been that this year anyway? You've got Arizona State now in the market, Boston College, Georgia Tech, and Syracuse and Providence. I think those are the what do we call it now in college basketball? High major power five, whatever you want to call it. So there's more competition than there was for K-State.
Yeah, there is.
I guess we're going to find out what kind of work Gene Taylor's been doing because Calhoun is going to be at the top of everybody's list.
Well, Schertz is probably, I'll be surprised if he doesn't end up at Syracuse, the St. Louis coach. He's a very East Coast guy, and it became very clear, early in the process that he was talking just to kind of be talking to, stir up kind of interest in him so he can go to the next school and say, hey, Kansas State's been after me. And I think he's ready to move, just not probably to a school such as Kansas State. But yeah, I don't know. This has been kind of crazy, to be real honest.
Fitz, I don't think this matters per se, but Syracuse is a better job than Kansas State, right? Even though they've fallen from grace since the Melo years.
I don't think so. I think they've
been pretty bad.
Yeah. I guess there's some comparisons there. Fading brands.
It's an interesting hypothetical, I feel like.
I don't know that I think any of those jobs are better than K-State, but there's a lot of them that are probably on par.
Syracuse feels like the biggest fish of that list outside of K-State.
Yes, I would agree. Arizona State's intriguing because of, now being in a really good basketball conference. We're hearing they just don't have a lot of money to spend on basketball. Then why not keep Hurley?
Yeah.
I don't know. So it'll be interesting to see where they're going with that.
I would agree. I would agree with that. I don't know. Hurley seemed like a pretty good coach there. Fitz, it's pretty interesting here. What is a coach's? I mean, this slate could not be any cleaner as far as K-State's concerned. Matthew Driscoll went from everybody had fun with a post game to now it's just like, kind of. It is it is a messy breakup, and like to go on and like miserable, and I don't know, man. Like this thing got weird.
Yeah, it did. And it's still weird. I think it was an awkward firing. I don't think the timing was of Gene Taylor's selection. I think he was. We all have a boss, and I think his boss said, "We're going to do it right now." At least that's what we believe at this point, and we're fairly confident of that. It just kind of got. It didn't need to be this ugly, but it got that ugly. And unfortunately, we're going to see how this plays out in the courts. I don't know where it'll land, but if I had to bet, I would bet that K-State's going to pay double-digit $1 million at the end of the day, whether it's the full buy-in or not. I don't know.
Speaking of that, have you heard anything? I feel like we're on radio silence. Tom Mars isn't even tweeting about it anymore. Are we just in limbo?
Isn't that strange that Tom Mars all of a sudden has been quiet? He came out with guns blazing, and now he's kind of backed into the background. He's doing some other stuff. But when he represented Brian Kelly, they filed the next day.
Yep.
And they haven't filed. So I think the language in the contract probably has cooled his jets a little bit, because the language does specify that within reason, the AD gets to pick the reason for cause. And I don't know how good of a reason does it need to be? I guess the courts will decide.
Has Gene Taylor secretly been playing chess this entire time and not checkers with what he knew was in that contract?
No,
he wrote it.
Yeah, I don't know, but my suspicion is they would all prefer to have something better. I think they're finding some things now. That might be why Mars has gone radio silent. I don't know if K-State's attorneys have said, hey, we just want you to know we have this, because there's been this hasn't been all a kumbaya love fest behind the scenes. There has been some tension within basketball, in the locker room. Weird stuff's happened. And I think now the season's over, some of this will come out.
It's a good thing that the season. I mean, listen to the players talk about it in the locker room about, like, obviously, like, this is such a weird thing for the coaching staff, but like a lot of these players are like, this was probably the worst year of their basketball careers on and off the courts of just, dealing with being bad and losing games and what have you, whatnot, everything like that. It's good for all parties involved that they're moving on from this. Fitz, I want to ask you this this question that's fun to chew on a little bit. From the K-State football and basketball season, even throw women's basketball in there. Is this the most disappointing year overall in Manhattan for those big three that they've had? And fill in the blank there. You've seen a lot.
In recent memory, yeah. There was some pretty lean years there towards the end of Hartman, where basketball was kind of like the football 6-6 this year, and football was a train wreck like basketball was. But yeah, and more than that, TJ, I just mentioned this in a podcast that goes live at 10 a.m. that from the moment I walked into the Utah football postgame, this has been a circus.
You're telling me.
I mean, and some people argue it started in Ireland with a family fight and the kicking of the bench that injured a key player, and it was off kilter right then. But the moment we walked in that post game and Chris Kleiman had his emotional moment, it has been just utter chaos at Kansas State. It's been kind of fun to cover, but I really wouldn't mind to get this second coaching hire done and move on to some calmer times. I'm too old for this crap, guys. I just want to nap. That's all I want to do now. That's my motivation, is to get to my next nap. So this has been rather chaotic.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. It's too much. Let's talk about some basketball then, Fitz. Okay. Who's your pick to win the Big 12 tournament?
Iowa State.
Oh, that was my.
It's Cancun to them.
I said win the basketball tournament, not win the beer chugging contest.
Well, they'll do both. Yeah, I don't know. Arizona's the best team, but are they really that invested in this? Iowa State's always invested in this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable how much better Iowa State plays in Kansas City. If Kansas City ever gets a regional and Iowa State's in it, they're going to the Final Four because
100%.
Yeah, it's incredible. I'm telling you, Iowa State fans truly think they're on spring break in Cancun, and they're in Kansas City. They aren't the same. They think it's the same, but it's Kansas City, which I really love, but it's not Cancun. There's so many Iowa State fans in Kansas City right now. It looks like Chiefs game day.
All right, 10 seconds, Fitz, then. Which Big 12 team goes the furthest in the NCAA tournament?
Arizona's going to win the national title.
There it is. There it is, Fitz. GoPowerCat.com. Follow the very latest on the coaching search. It'll all be behind us soon enough. We appreciate it, Fitz. Go get you a cup of tea and brighten up today.
Okay, I'll do it.
All right, there goes Tim Fitzgerald. GoPowerCat.com, @LiveFitFitz on X. We're coming back. We got more Sports Daily. Don't go away.